burial ground, the Nights of Terror. I'm sure it probably has a few other names if you looked it up, but
Yeah.
summary for this film. An archaeology professor discovers an ancient crypt which contains living dead corpses. The zombies go on a rampage and attack a group of people which the professor had invited to celebrate his discovery. Directed by Andrea Bianchi.
You got it.
Written
Yeah,
by
but you gotta say it with the Italian accent.
and Andrea Bianchi.
Italian.
Written by Piero Regnoli.
Oh my God.
Who I saw that he did Nightmare City. Have you guys seen Nightmare City?
I believe so. I can't remember.
It was years ago, but
yeah.
Jason, do you have information on this?
Tagline: When the mood turns red, the dead shall rise.
Yeah.
Distributed by Shriek Show and on Blu-ray through Severin in 2016. But I may be dreaming this or something, but I swear I saw the announcement that this was coming out on 4K. So I might have it mixed. I might have it mixed up with something else, but
boy, I bet that looks great.
It wouldn't be a shock.
Honestly, I wouldn't. I don't know if I'd want to watch it. I wouldn't.
No.
I mean, this is good.
Enough for me.
Why do you need it that
1080
clear?
is fine.
You're going to take some shit away if you get too detailed on this.
I mean, there's already some stuff that I was like, boy, that stands out. That probably didn't look like that before.
If nothing else, I love how this movie looks, feels. I think the music is great. I like all of the music. It's got a really cool vibe, and I like the grimy feel of the movie in general. Weird ass.
You basically just went down my list right here.
That's
it, folks. That's it.
See you next time. The guy they cast as this kid, Pietro Barzoccini.
He goes by Peter Bark is his stage name.
Much better.
He's credited as Peter Bark.
He was
I saw that.
He was in his 20s when they made this movie. So I thought it was weird that I don't know how old they wanted this kid to be or whatever.
Like 12.
He's got the dub of a grown man. Like it's full grown man voice. The IMDb his IMDb stated that he bears an uncanny resemblance to Dario Argento, like a smaller version of him. So I had to look that shit up, and it's pretty close, dude. Like you find a young picture of Dario Argento, he looks like they shrunk him down, and pretty accurate. This fucking thing starts off bonkers right off the get-go, because I was so confused. Now get me. I was medicated a little bit, but
such a good way to watch it.
This lady, all these people go to this castle, and this lady finds just some old ass lingerie that somebody left in the castle and just puts it on. Now that I don't know. I'm a guy, so I have no concept of whether or not that feels like underwear to a woman, but it would to me. It would feel like if I went in and just found some boxers and fucking slipped them on.
I mean, she was ready to ride the bone train, dude. Right. Like she wanted to get it on.
I love the part where she's like, "Do I look? How do I look?" And he's like, "You look just like a little whore."
Like a little whore.
I like that look on you.
The way he said that was so funny. And then I had to rewind it a little bit because they start having some sexual intercourse. And then I thought she fucked his mustache off, but it was just a different couple. They transitioned.
They switched.
Right,
seamless.
I had to go back and I'm like, oh yeah, there's more than just these people here. So
that'd be an amazing bit though, if she literally fucked his mustache off.
Yeah, for real.
It's like, sir, I need to show you a thing or two.
Yeah, upon rewatching it, completely different guy. They don't even look similar. But you can definitely tell that these guys worked in erotic cinema because all these characters are horny as hell, and they're always looking for a good reason to get involved in some soft focus makeout sessions.
Hey,
I never realized.
Film.
I didn't realize that archaeological digs made everybody so just ready to roll,
boned up.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Did you think it was weird?
Weren't you?
Whenever
all the time. But
whenever Michael the boy walks into his mom having sex. Did you think it was weird that she got out from under the covers and ran naked over to her clothes with them on?
Yeah,
instead of just staying there and under. Whatever.
It was just like that quick little bush shot and then cover her up, and then that was it for her.
It's like, Mom, what are you doing?
That was her contract. That was her contract.
There's just so many weird things that happen, like the whole professor thing. You only really see him at the beginning and the end of the movie. Like, you kind of forget he's even a fucking character that happens. And the zombies are crazy different in quality. Like, some of them I'm like, that looks fucking good, and then another one is just a dude with like some Dollar General makeup on around his face. But and they all are wearing nightgowns for some reason, but I liked how a lot of them looked. The majority of them I thought worked. I thought it reminded me of Zombie, or the whole feel of this film seems like almost like someone trying to do a Fulci movie or something.
Yeah,
that's exactly what this was. Yeah. No, exactly. Lower budget. That's exactly what this was all about. This was his Fulci version of Fulci's Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah,
version.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And real low.
But there are some special effects in here that I think are better than shit that happened in Dawn of the Dead. You can take me to wherever you want to go.
I agree.
But the heads cracking open with the rocks, fantastic.
Fun.
All the guts stuff, real nasty. Like when the professor at the end's just biting on those intestines, that's gross.
They had their set pieces that they want to hit, but at the same time, if they needed extra scenes, they're just like glossing over everyone and just saying, "Okay, you're a zombie."
Right.
By doing that, like, okay, let's just all paint you green or blue or whatever.
The boob part made me literally physically ill.
Oh, I
went, what the fuck,
Randy? Am I right or am I wrong? Because I've known you for years. Did you get nauseous during this?
Yeah, I got a little bit. It's a good thing that I was a little medicated too. Because there were a couple of times when I probably would have had a panic attack if I was sober.
Because at the end, especially, they really drag it all out.
Yeah, there was some shit where I'm like, does this need to continue? I get it.
Like, the guts getting in the guts.
Yeah.
That's what I loved about it, though.
There's a lot.
They just kept going and going and going and going,
like just trying to disturb you.
They succeeded.
But there is some shit in here I don't understand. Also, like, I don't know how the maid got a nail in her hand. I don't understand that. That was a little bit of a fast cut edit that I couldn't quite grasp.
Nah, the zombie threw it.
He threw it.
He chucked the knife. Yeah, he nailed it.
He actually had one in his hand earlier and dropped it.
Oh,
then I guess he found.
I'll be damned though. That is one of the problems I have with this movie is the agency and ability that these zombies have. Not only, I
love it.
The various prelude to what City of the Dead, City of the Living Dead.
But the various states of decay that these things are going through. The one that climbs the wall would not have been able to do that. Its arms would have rotted out of their sockets. Bullshit. But not only that, these fucking dudes, they have motor skills and ability to work together like nobody's business. They chop through a door, they get a battering ram situation going on, and at the end, they operate a circular saw. So, fucking,
Well, that's one rule this movie didn't establish was like, how are these zombies like acting? You know what I mean? Like are they slow? Are they fast? Are they violent? Like, what are the rules that kind of like make it seem that they're a threat? But this was all over the place.
Yeah,
like it was like, okay, exactly. You have motor skills. Perhaps you might be able to make a nice pumpkin cake. I don't know, pumpkin pie. I don't know.
So the reason, I mean, my feeling on that is, the dude found that little plank with the emoji on it, right? The smiley face emoji, and brought it back. He's like, these guys figured out a way to stay alive. And that's like, I don't know how many hundreds of years. They just were alive in there. They never died. They were just alive. They just existed. And then that dude just came banging on their door and he woke them up.
I really thought that was one of the coolest things in this whole movie was that opening. Like, I didn't know what the hell was going to happen. and the way that it unraveled was really well done. I thought.
I love that first shot of that first zombie. He's cool.
Yeah.
That skull zombie. He's cool, man.
Because then after that, I was like, okay, I know what I'm in for now.
It was a good look. It was a creepy look. That human eye behind that skull. That's a creepy look to me. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, all the prestige zombie work that they did, like all the ones that they really needed to like put on a show, they did. You know, it was like each one had its own little proclivity that it had.
Yeah, I read somewhere on IMDb that that one of those zombies was just a Frankenstein mask that they like fucked with, and I kept looking for it, but I didn't see it. So they must have hit it pretty well. Yeah, I liked how they dispatched of all these zombies. I thought the effects work and their editing was excellent for what they were working with. Even though the fights were a little pulled back, like a lot of times it'd be like a real light hit and then they break a skull open or something. But I like that shit. That shit's bad it's fun. I don't know.
Just working with what they got.
Yeah.
They had a good idea. They had a really good idea. It was just shot wrong.
Yeah, I would have taken a couple more runs at those attacks. Where they're like light, just real gingerly hitting these things. But whatever. Of course, there's this crazy, weird incest thing that happens in this movie. But and it's even more weird that like the mom in it seems into it, but then she's offended by it, and then. This is
she let him get pretty far.
It's like, do it like you were young.
I got to thinking about it, and I'm like, why did they cast this dude as this kid? And this is why they couldn't have done this with a kid. This whole incest thing. So the incest thing must have been so important to what they thought this story was that they had to go out and find this dude.
I assumed they found this dude and then like, well, hey, we can do this now. Purposely wrote it into the movie.
It doesn't do. I mean, aside from
it's creepily effective.
Do you think they came up with the boob thing before they decided that they're like, we need to get a zombie to bite a boob? Like,
I think that's exactly what they did.
Yeah.
Or it was a motif, and Bianchi just insist upon it. like it was just like, no, this is in, or I'm not making my movie.
You must bite to the teeth.
This is it.
You must abide to the teeth.
The whole movie is hinging on this thing.
This is the money shot.
That is a good tit shot, yes.
Yes. We must have the tit shots.
Very strange. It's like they couldn't figure out how to get it in there, so they just...
I was doing this. I was like, what are you doing? It's the best part.
But yeah, I thought this was really fun. I'd never seen it before. It's exactly... It's the type of shit I would have seen back when I was reading Fangoria a lot, back in the back pages, where it was like exploitation movies and cult cinema, and I was like, oh, what's that? That looks fucking... What could that be? And it's exactly as bizarre and different as I would have wanted one of those movies to be. Like I said, it's like a great value Fulci film. I would in 8 out of 10, man. That's where I'm at. I recommend it. I think it's good.
All right, I'll go. Italian zombie movie. So, Frank, you've basically covered almost everything I wrote down.
Yeah.
Of course, the zombies look great, most of them. And Italian movies, they're unique, and they have that style and feel. They have the music. They have the effects. I'm surprised we didn't have an eyeball scene. I thought for sure when I saw that window and you see her face going slowly towards it just touched the side of her. Like, if that was Fulci, that would have been right in the eye.
Oh, he would have took a couple eyes
multiple
out,
times.
Right. And the effects look good in this. I love how the zombies' heads just crumble. Like almost, it just makes you think that they've been dead for so long. They almost just fall to dust. That makes sense to me. I don't know. I guess my only knock on it is that it stays on some scenes for way too long. Like, that blonde girl screaming.
Oh yeah, I hated her.
Yeah.
I hated
Filler.
her.
Minutes straight.
I wanted her to die so soon in this, and she's there until the very last fucking frame of this movie.
So,
you don't even get to see her die.
This is maybe maybe the third time I've seen this, and I've only watched it on the English dub. So maybe she's not as annoying, just as the actress.
They're still screaming and screeching.
Yeah, screaming for 15 minutes. I swear that was annoying.
Before I realized she was stuck in a bear trap in that one part, I was like, this would have ruined a marriage. Like if I was getting attacked if I was getting strangled by a zombie and Martha just sat over there and was like, and I got away, I'd be like, what's up?
I just left.
We got to talk about some shit. We're a partnership here.
She would have been screaming right out the door. Ow,
you don't stop screaming. I'm leaving you. This is one of the better zombie movies, at least in my opinion. I gave it a 7. What do you think, John?
Cool. Yeah, so I remember seeing this around the Exchange a lot, the basically DVD and memorabilia store, the used place. I've seen it, I saw it around a lot, and then I read about this movie because I kept seeing this image of zooming in on this kid. Yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? That was my first introduction to it. And then once I found out what it was, I did some research, and I got in my car and went up and grabbed that DVD, watched it, found out Severin released it. All right, sweet. I got that, and it looks wonderful. Yeah, this is like a Fulci ripoff. Someone ripped Fulci off. You know what I'm saying? But not in a malicious way, in a I want to get some money way. You know what I mean? It didn't do it out of spite. It was just the market. Everyone was copying everyone and just adding twists to it, And I like the way the zombies looked. Love the masks. Like that first shot, like Ray said, he really liked that opening sequence. That first shot of the zombie, just when I first saw it, it was creepy. And I saw it on what DVD was it? It was the DVD that existed before the Blu-ray. I can't remember who released it though. I want to say Shriek Show, maybe. So it was like in the 2010s ish. I don't know. Anyways, favorite scene is the maid. That scene rules. Yeah. That is why I love this fucking movie.
Her head came off like butter, man.
With a rusty ass scythe. I fucking loved it.
I did love it whenever when the dude
was so absurd.
The dude finds her body and then he throws it out and then it spins around on the hand and slide. That was creative shit there. Yeah. Which kind of bothered me because of how easily they just got that nail in her hand. Like it was just like, we need to do that. We got to get that nail in that.
I mean, that zombie just chucked it and just.
It was so quick. It was so quick.
Cool. Dude, he ninja'd that shit. And then this slow scythe guillotine action, man. Come on. That was inventive for me. I love that.
You got to do.
So I never saw.
I would have liked to see him hack at it a little bit because there's a bone in there. It's not like cutting up a easy carve ham. It's
they're supernatural. Let's just let them have.
There we go. We'll have that.
I really like the soundtrack a lot. It's a cool little droning soundtrack.
That's what hit me too.
Yeah, it was a very cool score. Peter Bark's creepiness. He gave me like in Children of the Corn.
Mm-hmm.
I had his name and I forgot it.
Isaac, is that it?
Isaac, yeah. Isaac, but the John something, something. I can't remember his name. But that kind of vibe. That dude was creepy in Children of the Corn, right? So, and they have, he has some disease that makes him look older than he actually is. He said that. And Peter Bark, oh man, so crazy. But no, you're right. They couldn't have done this without a kid. Yeah, or with a kid. I mean, sorry, my mistake.
I mean, morally as human beings, they couldn't do that.
Yeah, they really wanted to. They really tried, but they weren't allowed. What else do I have here? I really like the whole final sequence of when they escape the house. Mm-hmm. And they're like, all right, sweet. They see those monks. And even right then when I first saw it, because that wasn't that long ago, for the first time, a couple years maybe. They see that monk. I'm like, oh shit, they're all dead, And then I love that very final shot of the hands over her.
Yeah.
And that it's like a cool wide angle sort of fisheye looking thing. To me, I don't know. It has a whole bunch of different layers. I don't know why. I just really like.
Would have loved to pay off at the end though, because that woman was screaming through the whole thing.
I get you. I get you.
Come on.
I get you. No, I felt that too, but then I was like, I really like the way that ended.
Make a day of it. You've got you've got them all there.
Yeah, for sure.
Wrap it up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, wrap that shit up, B. Like, just do it. But this is a 9 for me. I really dug this movie. This was a blind buy after just like reading about it and seeing the trailer. I was like, okay, I gotta get it. And it was so fun. Such a fun movie.
The cover art though, on the original poster or whatever, because the new Blu-ray, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand that at all with like the head with like the metal.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, what is that? Yeah. That does not tell you anything that's happening in this movie.
What does the new cover look like?
The new cover's got Michael and his mom on like.
It looks, that new cover. It looks futuristic. What?
Yeah.
That doesn't say anything about the movie.
The other one.
No, this one does.
Yeah. That one says exactly what's going on. Yeah. The other one I thought was going to be like a cyborg kind of thing happening.
It does give a cyborgy feel. I can see where you can see that. But it's just like flesh coming off a skull, really, is what it's, shock value stuff.
Metal.
Cool VHS art,
Yeah. Who's up next? Ray, Dave, thoughts?
Yeah, I'll go. I particularly didn't care for this, but that being said, it's not my kind of.
Where's my bell at?
Hold on a second.
I got my bell.
I'll redeem myself in a minute. If you give me a.
There we go.
All right. This isn't usually my cup of tea. Louder. I don't like.
Jesus Christ, dude!
I don't like this kind of shit usually because it makes me uncomfortable. And I don't know how Frank. I'm going to attack Frank. He could take my pick last time and call it torture porn, and then enjoy the shit out of this. but hey, whatever. So let's roll it back. Now that I said that, I do like Fulci. Okay, and you guys are all everything you guys said is correct. The zombies were shockingly cool looking. I mean, there were some that were, you're like, oh, okay, low budget here and there, but they're pretty freaking cool. Inventive storyline for the opening and the idea of it. I had some problems with the editing overall. Like you're saying, Jason, that screaming, that you're right. That was like 15 minutes. There's a part where they're eating that dude that takes forever. There's a whole scene in that field where the young lovers are fooling around that could have been edited a little tighter.
And the whole time that all those gut eating scenes were happening, I was like, Ray is hating this right now because
they linger just a little bit too long. But
it was very long
time of like an hour 25. So it's like
I guess I see
they had to stretch.
They need to add a little bit more to the story.
Of course.
Here's my favorite editing part: long road scene. We're just on a road, just a long road scene. It reminded me of Manos, The Hands of Fate. Has an opening of like 9 minutes of just a road.
That is Have you seen the Mystery Science Theater on that one?
Oh yeah, that's how I saw it. The first time.
Yeah, it's so funny.
I've watched it to see that movie as an actual movie, and it's horrible. But
I wouldn't watch the regular movie. Watch the Mystery Science Theater, because they really make it better.
Just tear into it.
But I liked, like you guys were saying, the special effects were really well done for as low budget as it is. The soundtrack, if I could call it that, was eerie enough to keep me up. You know, I was watching it on a work night. Usually I'm drifting off. You know, I stayed up this whole thing. I couldn't believe that little fucking creepy man-child. In the version I was watching, I don't know. I was watching it on YouTube, that version. And the version I'm watching is he has a voice like this. Hello, mother.
So, yeah.
That's what you guys are talking about.
That's it.
Okay.
It's it's like an adult man trying to do a kid's.
Yeah.
He looks like the man from Another Place.
Yeah. All the weird incest stuff, I was like, what the fuck? You know, but
right.
The part that got me,
you were down with that.
That boob part caught me off guard because it looked so freaking real.
Yeah.
I'm like, they spent all their money on the boob part, you know?
Yeah, that was the payoff.
Damn right they did.
But I liked. So I'm gonna give this movie a 7. Okay, I want people to watch it so we can continue to talk about it. I think it deserves to be watched. It's like one of those knockoff B movies that Frank would have got me to watch American versions of, like what's the one, Hillbilly Cannibals or whatever,
Redneck Zombies.
Yes, that's correct.
Oh,
this is much higher quality than Redneck
I know,
Zombies.
but I'm just saying, you know, like it's something you would have tricked me into watching, and I would have been like, I recommend
you into watching. Yeah. No, I think that you are just a person that will watch something if someone recommends it to you.
Yeah,
I would advise. Like, I recommended this. Maybe nobody should listen to me. I don't know, but I wouldn't. I mean, I have, you know, what my taste is. So if I'm like, hey, you know what you should check out? Like, I always recommend people watch Terror Firmer. But anybody who's seen it can probably say, why the fuck would you tell people to watch that? Because it's fucked up. You know, there's like a lot of weird shit in it. Have you guys seen that?
Never
Anybody?
seen it.
Okay,
I've seen it twice.
Okay.
Yeah,
you
no desire.
Oh, see.
Oh, you're made me watch it once.
There's some fun stuff in there. There's some fun stuff. Anyways, Dave. Oh, did anybody? Would everybody give it? Did everybody rate it?
I did not.
Dave has to go.
Okay.
Dave has to go.
There's 7. Dave, thoughts?
Well, I was surprised that this movie was so fast paced. Like, it just kept like going and going and going, and I really liked about that. Just because like this, like once getting into it, I figured it would like have some sort of build up into a lot of the effects scenes. That didn't happen at all. A lot of the effects stuff was great. I know they had a problem branding it too, because like even though it is an Italian horror movie, they had a bunch of different times to like whether it would like play to a American audience, which I thought was odd. But overall, like it's so rad. Like, I don't know. Yeah, yeah, it was good. I would have liked a lot more tits, a lot more breasts. Just if you could up the breasts, level. If they had it, I would have. Yeah, right. There we go. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Other than that, perfect film. You know. No, I probably give it like an 8 or a 7. I had fun with this just because it's like it's very exploitation-y.
Yeah, very much.
Very.
Yeah, it was just someone flying at the seat of their pants trying to make this movie.
Yeah,
and the effects were way better than I thought they would be. Like there were some really good set pieces there. Again, not enough breasts. So sorry. Yeah.
So I'd say it's safe to say that that's an approved movie.
Yeah.
We'll give it the theme. Watch it
at your own peril.